Hey Yogi, welcome to class. If you are new to the channel, I am Rhi and this is Burghley, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. So you're not going to need anything for this class in particular. I think it's always handy to have a block nearby, but it's not going to be an essential requirement. Today we're going to work through the Warrior series, which is one of the series of the solar practice within the Awakening Yoga system. So we're going to have a bit of a riff on that and just have a nice move and groove around the mat, hopefully building a little bit of heat, a little bit of space, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So with that being said, come onto your mats and come to sit in Vajrasana or Virasana. So sit with the butt onto the heels. This might be a good time, if this doesn't feel great, grab your block, pop it in between the ankles and just kind of squeeze the ankles into the block. Might make this pose a little bit more available for the beginning of our journey. Closing down the eyes when you get here, or taking a soft gaze. Start to arrive. Start to arrive in the body, marking the very beginning of our journey together as we move around the mat, moving through our asana practice, finding the warrior within us. Start to extend the inhale through the nose. And extend the exhale out through the nose. Stacking your head above your shoulders and letting your shoulders just fall down the back body. Take a few deep breaths here. If the eyes are closed, blink them back open. And we'll begin. On an inhale, reach the arms up, look up, stretch through the fingertips. On an exhale, cactus the arms, so draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, cactus. One more. Inhale, reach up. And cactus. Clasp the hands into the center of the chest. Feel the hands on the chest here. Take an inhale. Fill the rib cage. Feel them push on the hands. On an exhale, turn the palms away from you, chin to chest. Seated cat pose. Inhale, push the hands away, reach up, look up. Exhale, round through. Inhale, all the way up. Look up. Exhale. Come back through. One more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Release the hands, clasp them behind the back. Right thumb on top. That's the weird way for me. Inhale. Straighten through the arms. Chase the ground with the knuckles. They can touch if they can, and they don't need to. Feel nice and broad through the collarbones, lift the heart. And then on your exhale, take that little kind of clasped hands and make a holster. Take them over to the right side and then draw that right elbow back. Let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. You can move here, move your nose through the air. Seek a line of tension in the neck. Feel free to explore that. It'll be different for you than it is for me. Nice, and then back to center. Change the clasp, left thumb on top, normal for me. Inhale, straighten through the arms, chase the ground with the knuckles, lift the heart. Exhale, take it over to the left, make your little holster. Left elbow draws in, left ear to left shoulder, and again, have a little nose. Send your nose in different directions until you find a little spot where you're like, yep, that's the spot I'm going to work through. Nice. Inhale. Release the hands, take them behind you. Exhale. On your next inhale, lift the butt off the heels or your block. Shine the collarbones up to the sky. And exhale. Release. Come forward onto all fours. Tuck or untuck the toes. We're going to take some circles with the wrists here. So there's no kind of right or wrong here as long as you're just feeling out. Moving the weight across the hands, gripping the fingers with the mat. We just want to get into the wrists to prepare them for our flow, for our movement, for our grooving. Make sure to take the circles both ways. Nice, and then flip the palms back so that the hands are pointing, or the fingers I should say, are pointing back towards the knees. Don't worry if kind of not all the way is where you want to go, just kind of so it's not where you usually would be. And then inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, cat pose, chin to chest, puff through the shoulders, tuck the tail. Inhale, reverse that, cow pose. Exhale, move through the spine. Inhale through and exhale. Move back. Nice. Take the hands back to face forward. Keep the toes tucked or tuck them if they weren't and push back. Find Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. And for this first one, let's just move it out. Let the hips sway a little. Maybe the head will nod and shake. This one is just for us to get into the body. It's not about the perfect down dog. If there is such a thing, there probably isn't. And then find your down dog. Inhale, lift heels, bend knees, roll forward. High plank. Exhale, bend knees, push back. Down dog. Nice. Inhale, lift heels, bend knees, roll forward. This time we'll take a vinyasa, so drop the knees, half push up on the exhale. Sit the butt back towards the heels, drop the forearms, slide forward. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, push back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So that's option 1 for your vinyasa today. Inhale, lift heels, bend knees, roll forward. Exhale, full push up. Drop the knees. Push butt back towards the heels, drop the forearms. Slide into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, push back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. So they will be your vinyasas today. So half a full push-up. Or of course, take your classic vinyasa. If that's what is calling you, that's cool. That being said, inhale, lift heels, bend knees, roll forward, move through your spine. On an exhale, we'll lower for a count of 5. Come to the knees if you need to. Lower in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet the mat. And tuck the toes, hands into the 10 to 2 position, into spidey fingers for oscillating cobra. Elbows lift, forehead to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Moving through the spine like a wave. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Let every vertebrae have a little moment. And exhale. Lower down. Take the arms alongside the body, setting up for Shalambhasana, locust pose. Draw the small the little fingers in towards each other. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then inhale to lift the legs, lift the feet. Feel long here, feel strong. Feel the back line of the body working. Squeeze in the shoulders together, gather them in. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Let the head go to one side or the other. See how that feels now in the back body. Zipping a bit of energy through it. Then when you're ready, back to center. We'll do one more. Inhale. Draw the shoulder blades together, gather them up, lift through the chest, lift the heart, lift the legs. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Take the opposite side of the head to the mat. Ooh, feel that awakening through the back body, through the posterior chain. Maybe that's the first time it's kind of had to do more than normal today. When you're ready, hands come underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, push back through plank and into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Right leg will lift, 3-leg dog, nice and high. Bend the standing leg, bend the right foot, drop the right foot in between the hands, rise up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And feel free to rearrange here. Find what feels good for you. Find that foot position where you can engage through the lower body and feel strong. Take an inhale. Take up space on your mat. On an exhale, see if this right hip can drop ever so slightly. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot to the back. Vinyasa. Drop knees. Drop forearms. Slide your way into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg lifts. 3-leg dog. Take it up nice and high. And then right knee bends, left knee bends. Drop the left foot in between the hands. Rise up. Virabhadrasana 2 on this side. Take a moment to find your Warrior 2. Take a moment to arrive into the space, into the asana, and then settle in. Inhale, take up space on your mat, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, move into more space. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot to the back. Vinyasa. Butt back to the heels. Slide through into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Nice, right leg lifts, 3-leg dog, nice and high. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee. Drop the right foot to the right thumb, rise up. Virabhadrasana 2. Find something in this one that maybe you didn't explore in the last one. Maybe it's pressing into that outer side of the left foot. Just really turn on the inner line of that left leg. Nice. Inhale to prepare. On your exhale, left hand to the mat. Come onto the left side foot and come into Vashisthasana, side plank. So you can drop the left knee here, coming into a half plank. But wherever you are, you're scooping that left shoulder underneath you. Really reaching through the top hand over onto the diagonal or up and overhead. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, on 1, close it off, right hand lands, right foot lands, roll forward, high plank, exhale, vinyasa. Drop knees and forearms, slide your way into upward facing dog, and exhale. Downward facing dog, left leg lifts, nice and high. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee, drop it. Drop the left foot in between the hands. Rise up, warrior 2. Be strong in your warrior. Find something that wasn't there on the other left side. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, right hand meets the mat. Find side plank, Vashisthasana. Really scoop that right shoulder blade underneath you so it lifts the chest. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Close it off on 1. Roll forward, high plank. Exhale, vinyasa. Drop knees, drop forearms. Come through into upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keep going, right leg lifts, 3-leg dog. Right foot in between the hands. Rise up, warrior 2. Find something new again each time. Maybe it's driving that front heel down and scrubbing it back to really engage that right hamstring. Inhale, prepare, exhale, left hand to the mat. Side plank, Vashisthasana. Look to the top of the mat, draw that right knee into the chest, and slowly, with control, drop that right foot back to where it came from. Right fingertips can go out in front of you, or right forearm to the thigh. Reach up into Parsvakonasana, side angle. Think about creating a lovely line of energy from that right armpit all the way down to that left foot. And then hands to the mat. Right foot goes back, you guessed it, vinyasa on the exhale. Drop knees and forearms. Slide into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Push back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, left leg lifts. Left foot in between the hands. Rise up, warrior 2. Find your warrior. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, right hand comes down. Find Vashisthasana. Maybe that transition's feeling easier now. Look to the top of the mat. Left knee into the chest. Left foot drops with grace. Spiral onto that right foot coming into Parsvakonasana. Thinking about that long line of energy. Left armpit all the way down into that right outer foot. Right hand down to the mat. Take the left foot back. We go again, vinyasa. Drop forearms and knees. Slide through. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. 3-leg dog. Bend the left knee, right foot in between the hands. Rise up. Warrior 2. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Vashisthasana, side plank. Really tucking that left shoulder under you. Looking to the top of the mat with control. See if that right big toe can land first. Coming into Parsvakonasana, side angle. Really turning the torso up to the ceiling. And then inhale, squeezing through the feet, rise up, reverse the warrior. Left hand can go along the back of the leg, or it can be free. And then exhale, Right hand, left hand down. Right foot to the back. Exhale, Vinyasa. Drop knees and forearms. Coming into upward facing dog. And exhale. Downward facing dog, left leg lifts nice and high. Left foot in between the hands, drop the back heel, warrior two. Find the position, find the posture. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Coming into Vashisthasana on the right side. Reaching through those left fingers. Look to the top of the mat, left knee draws in. How lightly can the left big toe land? Spiral onto the back foot. Inhale, Parsvakonasana. Exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reaching through the top hand. Don't lose that connection to that front knee. Keep bending it. And then exhale. Left hand down, right hand down. You got it. Vinyasa. On your exhale. Or skip it. Drop knees and forearms. Come into upward facing. Push back. Downward facing. Right leg lifts. Right foot in between the hands. Rise up. Warrior two for a moment. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, left side down, Vashisthasana. Push, push, push. Look to the top of the mat. Right knee into chest. How lightly can the right toes land? Parsvakonasana. Find length through the left and the right side body. Inhale, rise. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, straighten through the front leg. I like to click the back heel in. Setting up for Trikonasana. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, the right hand will go wherever it's going to go. Left arm will lift. Breathe here. Take a moment to regather the breath if it's gone. And then left hand down. Right hand down. 3-leg dog. From here, right knee is going to come to right tricep. Either it stays there, or maybe you want to try Ekapada Kundanyasana. Think locust in the back leg. And then everybody, Vinyasa. Doesn't matter what happened, whether you went for it or not. Push back. Downward dog. Left leg lifts. 3-leg dog. Left foot in between the hands. Rise up. Warrior two. Feel the heat building here. Well, it certainly is for me. And then inhale to prepare. Exhale, right hand down, coming into Vashisthasana on the right. Look to the top of the mat. Gently, left foot meets the mat. Spiral around, Parsvakonasana, on the left. Inhale, reverse that warrior, take it up and over. Exhale, straighten through the front leg. Whew. Feels good. Arms into the T. Inhale, reach forward, left hip going back. Exhale, hand down, right arm up. Really engage through the legs here. We're not trying to dump in from the spine. Trying to reach up and out of it. Trikonasana. And then right hand down, left hand down, 3-leg dog. Nice and high. So coming forward, that left knee is either going to track the left tricep or you're going to lift for Ekapada Kundanyasana. And then everybody, Vinyasa. It's always a struggle to take that forward push up there. So if you feel that too, I'm with you. Nice. Awesome. From here, come to a moment of stillness in your down dog. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Walk the hands back to the feet. Feet roughly hip distance, and then just let the chest fall over the body. Opposite hand to opposite elbow. Take a ragdoll here. And then hands behind the shins or behind the ankles. Bend the knees. Connect the belly to the thighs. Inhale, look forward, straighten the arms. Exhale, straighten through the legs. Keep the connection. Only straighten as much as you can until you lose it. Uttanasana. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. See how much space you might have created here. Inhale, look forward. And exhale. Inhale, look forward. Walk the hands all the way to plank pose. We'll lower for a count of 10. Feel free to drop the knees. Lowering for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Untuck the toes. Make a pillow with the hands. That was quite cooking. I'm cooking for sure. Burghley looks chill, but she didn't do as much work as us. Feel the energy spiraling around the body now. Notice how you feel after a little burst of movement there, a little burst of vinyasas. And then when you're ready, hands into 10 to 2 or maybe even 9 and 3 now into spidey fingers, setting up for oscillating cobra. Forehead to the earth, inhale, reach up through the chest, shine the heart forward. Exhale, wave the spine down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. One more, inhale. Exhale. Take the arms alongside the body. Draw the shoulder blades together, gather them up and inhale to Shalambhasana, locust pose. Imagine you are skimming or hoverboarding. Be long through the body. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower on one, head to one side or the other. And then inhale, draws you back up into locust. Squeeze that imaginary can in between your shoulder blades. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. Keep lifting the chest, keep shining the heart forward. And then lower all the way, other side, to the mat. And then hands come underneath the shoulders. Push back, find a child's pose. Knees can be wide, they can be together. Maybe take the arms alongside the legs for a bit more of an introverted and gentle child's pose. Obviously take the knees wide if you're looking for more opening in the hips. And then coming all the way up, let your head stack on top of your shoulders for a moment. as we reintegrate into the practice with either dolphin or forearm stand or traditional headstand, if that's what you want to do today. So make sure to set yourself up, opposite hand, opposite elbow to give you the width. Clasping the hands. If you're taking the dolphin, make sure to walk the feet in and really push through the shoulders. If you're taking the forearm stand, then really push, push, push away from the earth. Wherever you are, be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let it go. On 1, knees land. Sit back to the heels. Take the hands behind the feet. Inhale, lift the butt away, shine the heart up. See how that feels now compared to the first time we did this. And then exhale, release. I'm going to scoot a little bit forward here. If it feels good, you're going to take the feet a little bit wider and let the butt drop in between the heels for hero's pose. And this might be enough here. This might feel good. If you want to go a bit further, you're nice and warm for it. Maybe you want to come down onto the forearms, keeping the chest lifted. Or maybe you want to take a full reclined hero pose, which for me feels very yummy after all that movement. Whichever option you've taken, tune back into your mindful breathing here, whether that's ujjayi, or whether it's just nice long inhales followed by even longer exhales maybe. Just really focus in on that breath, the pranayama. As we start to cool down now, these next few moments are just here to allow that work to find a little resting place in the body. You're just opening the door and allowing them to make themselves at home. If you're fully reclined, then you're going to start to slowly make your way back up. And then from here, we're going to tuck the toes under, coming into a downward facing dog. The right knee will bend as we drive that right knee forward, taking the right knee on the outside of the right hand. A block may or may not be welcome here, if it's near, if it's not. No sweat. I did say you wouldn't need it. Sometimes it's nice in pigeon to keep it a bit more active, keep it a bit more lifted. See how that feels. Start to slow down now. If you've been in more of an upright pigeon for a while, maybe release the block or slowly lower the hips a bit more to the earth. And then if it feels nice, you can fold. I like to keep trying to send that left hip down and forward. Plug in the right hip back. That really just turns on the engagement in that outer right hip. For a more passive variation, which may be calling you, just take that right foot and draw it closer to the left hip so it's more, the shin will be more diagonal. Your practice, so you seek out what you need. Slowly lift the hands back up. Drop yourself onto that right butt and see if you can just scoot that left leg forward and around. Bending the left knee and taking it up and over. We'll come into Gomukhasana. So before we do that, we'll just lean forward so that both knees can stack. So right knee goes behind left. If getting the butt to the earth is just a bit sticky or not there for you today, then sit more upright and find the hinge. You're going to get a lot more out of the hips than by keeping the knees in this position and hinging like that. If it feels good, or maybe good isn't quite the right description, if it's available, then you can sit the butt back to the heels. If you're doing that, try and really sit on top of your sit bones, so ground both sit bones in. For me, one sit bone always wants to lift to escape the stretch. So if that's the same for you, just make sure you're sitting down. If you're lifted, great. I like to take the hands onto the bottom of the feet here and drop the shoulders if you're seated. If not, you may have the hands out in front for your Gomukhasana. We moved quite a lot in a short space of time on the mat today. So let that movement now kind of move away from you as we start to cool down. One more deep inhale. Fill the chest, fill the belly. And deep exhale. Straightening that left leg if you're sitting down. If not, you're just going to make sure that that left foot goes back to where you got it from. Hands plant to the earth. Down dog just to flush it out. And then bend the left knee, bring it forward. The left foot somewhere behind the right hand. And the left knee somewhere behind the left hand. I really like the block here just to, I guess, set the position, set myself up for it. And elevate. I find I get a lot more out of pigeon elevated than I do folded. I always used to come into pigeon and rush to fold, and I think I was probably rushing to escape the stretch because it's slightly less intense. It can be in the fold. And at any time, you can just keep tucking the back toes under and scooting that back knee back. So this doesn't need to be, it's not a final destination. We're exploring at all times. Feel free to find your sweet spot in this posture. If you're upright, like me, and you want to now take the fold, take it a little bit more introverted, then you're going to remove your block if you had it. Come down. Maybe your chest can go to the ground. Maybe you want to stay up onto the forearms just for a little bit more of a lift. Again, to make this slightly more passive, you're just going to bring that left foot towards your right hip. If you want it to be more active, press in the top of that right foot into the mat. That's just going to give that back leg something to do, the back glute, the right glute. They're both back glutes. I don't think we have front glutes. The right glute, something to do. In your pigeon pose. Slowly, the hands come back underneath the shoulders. Lean into that left butt and slowly swing that right leg forward. let the right heel land. So again, we're setting up for Gomukhasana on this side. So you're going to bend that right knee, and maybe you roll forward straight away so that you can set yourself up and get acquainted with Gomukhasana on this side. And so maybe you're finding the hinge here, taking the hands forward, hinging back, really feeling it in the outer left hip, the left glute. And maybe then you'll slowly drop both sit bones to the earth. I think I've lost my ability to speak in this warrior madness. Hands can be wherever you need them to be. Where is the mind going now? Now that the pace has changed and we've slowed down. Have you already finished the practice in your mind, or are you still here, still present? And just notice how the work is starting to find its place in your body. Getting ready to come back around, so maybe leaning back and straightening through that right leg, lifting it up and spiraling it back, back, back. The right toes will land. And then you'll come back into that down dog. One last time. And how does this one feel? Now that we are at the end of our movement around the mat. From here, you're going to make your way into a yogi squat at the top of the mat. So you can step or you can jump. Coming into Malasana. And just notice how this one feels. This feels nice and juicy for me. Juicy as in there's somewhere to go. You can move from side to side, or you can be still, whatever you need. We'll take 2 breaths here. And then hands come forward. The butt will drop to the mat. Find your way onto your back. Knees can come in for a moment. They can be hugged in. We'll take one final. We've done a lot of prone back bending. We'll take one supine back bend to finish. So that can be bridge, or it can be Urdhva Dhanurasana, full wheel. Hands face the shoulders, fingertips back, drawing the elbows in if you're going for full wheel. And then inhaling to prepare, pushing up on the exhale. If you've gone for your Urdhva Dhanurasana, make sure to really push the chest to the back of the mat. So for me, that's towards the window. Keep driving through the hands, through the shoulders. And whenever you have had enough, you'll slowly chin to chest and come back down. Take your knees into the chest if that feels good. A final pose here for you to really unfold and unfurl. Maybe that's happy baby. Maybe that's a plow pose where you're going to take your feet up and over. And this can be, quite a traditional plow, or you could bend the knees gently and have a soft plow. wherever you are. Maybe you're already in Shavasana, but you're going to find your way to your final place of ease. Maybe that's Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees falling out wide. Maybe it's traditional Shavasana. Close down the eyes. Let the practice start to move away from you now. The work is done. Let the breath go into autopilot. The control is over. And melt away. Stay here for as long as you can. Maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 15. But be in this moment to enjoy the work that you've put in today. This is where I will leave you. I'm Burghley. We hope that you have enjoyed the class. Let us know how you got on in the comments. And we will see you on the channel again soon. Thank you, Yogi.